Hi kids, how are you doing today? Welcome to Tuesday's lesson here on YouTube from Chartwell. Miss you guys. We hope you're doing really great. I know that you've been working really hard and doing all the worksheets. I hope you're understanding. I know I received some questions, so please, Rafael, Fabrice, Luis, I'm here for you for anything that you need. So just email me. Ask your parents to send me an email. Congratulations on all the great work that you have been doing so far. Wow, amazing. Okay, so it's Tuesday. And as you know, on Tuesday we have 3 classes. The first of which is math again. All right, okay, so we're doing math again. And for this first video, we're going to work on a worksheet that I named number 37 from your Abacus book. Now this one, maybe it's a little bit more fun than yesterday's. Maybe, perhaps, it's a little bit easier. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to practice adding. So I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller here just for a second. Okay, so it says adding several numbers. And as you remember, we have been doing some of these worksheets in class where we did it with smaller numbers and bigger numbers, so we're going to work with that too. We're going to practice our mental skills, see how our mind is doing. Okay, so let's do over here. It says find each total. Okay, so number 1 says 7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6. Now you can find an easier way to do this, or you can do them in order. Now, for example, I know that some of you in class find the one that you know first. So 4 and 6 is 10, and 7 plus 2 is 9, and 10 plus 9 would mean that over here, how much is that? Okay, so 7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 equals 19. Okay, very good. In number 2, we have, this is number 1 over here. Sorry, I forgot to put it. In number 2, we're going to see what numbers we have. We have 5 plus 7 plus 6 plus 3 equals. Okay, so a good trick to learn how to do this is to find the ones that you know already mentally. For example, you know that 7 plus 3 equals 10. And if you don't know, you should know that another easy addition is 5 plus 6, which is 11. When I add 11 plus 10, how much is that? 21. That's another way to do it. Now let's do the third one. On the top of the page, you have 9 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3. Another way to do this, which might be what most of us do as a first exercise, is just go in order. 9 plus 5, how much is that? Calculating. Please wait. Okay, so 9 plus 5 is 14, right? Yeah. And 14 plus 4, how much is that? It would be 18, right? And 18, if you add 3, how much is that? 21. That would be your end result. 21 is what gives us the solution to exercise number 3. Are you following with me? I'm sure you are, okay? Now, for exercises number 4, 5, and 6, you're no longer working with units. You're working with tens. So instead of having 7, 2, 4, 6, they are giving you, oh, excuse me, let me find my handy eraser over here. I'm sure you all got it. If you don't, then you can go back to the video and recheck, back it up. You can find the explanation again. And I hope I'm writing this big enough so that you all can see. Okay. In number 4, we have, I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger here so that we can see. So we can all see right there in the center. Okay. We have 50 plus 60 plus, oh, sorry, that's 30, plus 60 plus 20. Okay. Essentially, we're going to follow the exact same thing that we just did in the previous one, in number 3. So I take the first 2. Now I know that they're all with round 10s. So they're 60, 50. Okay. So 5 plus 3 is 8, which makes this be 80. Now 80 and 60, Now what do I do when I add up 80 and 60? It's the same thing as when I add 8 plus 6. How much is 8 plus 6? Okay, that would be 14. So I can't have 14 because I'm not adding 8 plus 6. I'm adding 80 and 60. So that would be 140, right? Yeah? Okay. And 140 plus 20, so 14 plus 2, 16, I would go and say 160 would be the end result to this exercise. Are you following with me, boys? I hope you are. Luis and Fabrice and Raphael, I hope you're following with this method. It's pretty easy. And if you don't want to do it that way, just do it the traditional way where you take and you line them up in a tower and you put a plus sign and 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. And then I have 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 6 is 14 plus 2 is 16. 160. Same result both ways. Okay, now I'm going to give you some activities to do. You're going to do, we've done all of these before, so you've got to do number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9. They're adding zeros, boys, so you have to pay attention to what we're adding, okay? And if we turn to the next page, you'll see that there are some patterns. At the very top, this starts with a single digit. They have your diagram over here where they point out the numbers, and you have 8 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1. How much is that? Let's do a mental calculation. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13, and 1 is 14, right? Beautiful. So, then in the line below, right below that, I don't have the same exact thing. I do have the same beginning of the number. So I have 8, 2, 3, 1. Let's do it here on the board. 8 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 equals 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13, plus 1 is 14. Now when I transform this into tens, it says 80 plus 20 plus, and then it has some blanks and a 0. So what do you think that is? I'm going to maintain the same digit and add a 0. So instead of being 3, it's 30. Instead of being 1, it's 10. So what do you think this is? What am I doing here? 80 plus 20 is 100. 130. 140. So basically, I just transformed my tens into hundreds. The same thing follows for the exercise below. It is no longer 80. It is 800 plus something 0, 0. What goes here? 2, 0, 0 plus 3, 0, 0 plus 1, 0, 0. So I can't have the same result because I don't have the same zeros on all of my answers. So 800 plus 200, how many hundreds is that? Man, it's so crazy. That's 1,000. 1,000 plus 300 is 1,300. 1,300 plus 100 is 1,400. Do you see how exponentially we're transforming the same exact number into different forms? Okay, so now we're talking about tens, hundreds, thousands. You're going to do the same for the remaining exercises on this page. And also, remember to do the activity at the bottom that says think. And I'll see you in a little bit for video number 2 for Math Tuesday.